Hey, Tripp Kramer here from trippadvice.com. I'm really excited about today's video because I'm going to be going over some real hard-hitting character traits that alpha males, or we should say men who are really tapped into their masculinity have, and really it benefits them so much when it comes to attracting women. And I want to teach you what those are, and I want you to start to embody them. And they're kind of strange. They're a little bit weird. They're very counterintuitive. I don't think a lot of people think about these things as things that can really help you with attraction. And for a lot of the nice guys out there, right? The nice guys or the people pleasers, this is going to be a little bit hard to hear because it's going to be like, wait, what? This is what attracts women. This is what it is. But it's not bad stuff. They're just a little bit different and things that you might not have heard before, but super important. Okay, so that's my intro here. Let's dive into it. So here's the first one. The first one is what's called cocky funny. Cocky funny. This is not something that I invented. This actually comes from an old dating coach. His name is David D'Angelo, or maybe Eben Pagan. That's his real name. David D'Angelo is his stage name. And he was a very big dating coach back in the day and produced all sorts of different materials on attraction and meeting women. And one of the concepts was cocky funny. Okay, that means that you're being kind of cocky, a little bit arrogant, but you're having a good time with it. So here's an example of that. Let's say you are at a bar and you're talking to a girl, and then you're talking for a while and you're like, you know what? Man, my time is just running out soon. I think it's time for you to buy me a drink. I mean, it's been worth it, right? So this is you being cocky funny. You're saying how your time is precious, you're valuable, but you're making a joke out of it. You're not being necessarily serious to get her to buy you a drink. That's why it's funny. You're just being playful. Here's another one, and I did not make this up. I took this from someone a long time ago. But what you're gonna say is, you're gonna be talking to a girl and you're gonna be saying, well, tonight is your lucky night because you have been talking to me, or something along those lines, right? You're going to say like, it's your lucky day, it's your lucky night because, we've just been spending so much time together and you get to enjoy me, right? Whatever you can say surrounding that whole idea is like, she's lucky to be with you. Again, it's cocky, but you're making a joke out of it. So I can give you a whole bunch of other examples here. You get the idea. What's more important than the examples, because you'll be able to come up with some of your own, is the idea that this is confident. Okay, this is confident. It's not arrogant. Arrogance is when you're being cocky serious. That's what arrogance is. But cocky funny is you're making a joke out of it. And it shows confidence. Guys who are not confident, they're going to be doing the exact opposite. They're going to be more self-deprecating. They're going to be kind of teasing themselves, making fun of themselves. And it's interesting because I have some friends like this where they do that. They're not necessarily the most confident guys in the world. So once in a while, I can hear them doing that self-deprecating thing. And sometimes it's funny, but it's the exact opposite, right? It's funny, but it's like loser funny. It's like, oh, okay, I'm just making fun of how much of a loser I am and saying something negative about myself and making a joke out of it. Yeah, that can be funny if you're a stand-up comedian, but that's not really funny when you're doing it in person. It's really just unattractive. So it's okay to be a little bit cocky funny on the other end of things. And I don't want you to overuse this, but just understand that this is confidence at its core. At least that's what the principle is here. It's showing that you know yourself as valuable, but you're making a joke out of it. Now, it gets complicated here because I said, if you're not being funny about it and being too serious about it, you're being arrogant, that also shows no confidence. So you want to really balance these two. If you're ever going to be somewhat showing off or being arrogant in any way, always combine it with funny, and this is going to be very confident. The next trait is dismissive. Dismissive. This is one that actually gets a woman to seriously pursue you and gets her to chase you. By being dismissive, you're kind of putting her off and you're disagreeing with her and you're being more of a challenge. When you're a challenge to a woman and you show her that you're not so easy to get, you're not so easily entertained by everything she's saying and everything she's doing, she's going to see, oh wow, this guy is not desperate, he's not needy, he sees himself as valuable because he's not going to just go for anybody, right? Not being desperate. So then all of a sudden your value goes up because you've been a little bit more dismissive which in turn is the idea of being challenging. So this is going to come off as an example of you not necessarily agreeing with everything that she says, not necessarily fighting with her or arguing with her, but standing to what you believe in and your point and your likes and your dislikes, and not just catering to everything she says. A lot of guys will do that. And this is going to take practice. You got to really make sure that you're not doing that. And of course, also not doing it fake. Like, don't just disagree with her, not agree with her, or go against something she's saying just because I'm telling you to. Hopefully it should be true, but naturally it will be true because two people are not necessarily the same. But guys are too afraid to dismiss that or to argue that. So I want you to make sure that when you're talking to a woman, whether it's on a date, whether it's the first time you meet her, whether you've been in a relationship, is make sure that you stand your ground in anything that you believe in and anything that you say. And you can even be a little bit playful with it, right? So one thing I said in a video I made a long time ago is you can say to her, no, you're not. Right? So just being playfully dismissive or playfully kind of arguing a little bit, but you have a smile on your face. Again, this is not cocky funny because you're not being cocky. You're just dismissing something that she's saying. So for example, let's say she's like, oh yeah, I really love to cook. And you can say, no, you don't. You're not a cook. Definitely not. You don't do that. That's not something you're interested in. I can never see you doing that. And again, you're being playful here. You're just dismissing what she's saying. This is just little techniques to help you be more of a challenge and teach you how flirting works. I know some of you think it's a little bit gamey and it's a little bit like you're not being authentic to who you are as a person. But let me tell you something. You can always change. The more and more that you do this stuff and step into more of this fun, playful, not caring mindset, it's going to help you have more fun in your life and also get women attracted to you. So you can change to be that person and have more fun with it, okay? It's just fun and playful. You're not trying to be a jerk. You're just trying to balance out that nice guy or, that kind of people-pleasing mentality that you already have. The last one is the most important, and this is something that I really dive into my Hooked program, which you probably have heard about if you've been watching many of my videos. It's my 10-hour course all about how to get women hooked on you, get them attracted to you by tapping into this more masculine alpha male mindset. And so you can check that out at getherhooked.com. The link is down in the description below this video. Click on that. You'll be sent to a video that will teach you all about how the program works and how you can get it today. Very affordable, by the way, for a lot of guys right now. So check it out. And in the program, I'm going to talk about this next one and the next trait, which is, and I'm going to be very careful when I say this here, but it's kind of like bossiness, or we can say dominance, but I want to be very clear the difference between the two, okay? You're not going to be bossy. And I know it sounds kind of funny, right? It's like a weird trait, like you're going to boss her around and tell her what to do. Not necessarily, not to an extreme, but you're going to be a little bit more than whatever you're doing right now, okay? You're going to just be a little bit more bossy. I just want to use that word because I think that's going to help you make sense of what dominance is. Dominance is basically leading the interaction. Okay, dominance is the underlying principle here, and again, that's what I talk about in the Hooked program. And it means that you're just leading the interaction. So you might be a little bit more bossy than usual, meaning you're going to be the one who's going to be coming up with the ideas to where you should go, what you should do, asking her for her number, all these things. Like, you're going to be the one who's in control here. And so that's just going to be asking you to be a little bit more bossy. Of course, I know bossy has a negative connotation, so you're not going to be literally being like, hey, give me your number right now. No, we're going to this restaurant. I don't care what you like. No, this is what we're doing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you're going to be taking the lead a little bit more. You're going to be offering to lead more than you usually do. Okay, so you're going to be the one who is getting the number, moving her around the venue. If you meet her at a bar, you're going to be the one asking her on an instant date. If you meet her during the day, you're going to be the one who's going to be moving the interaction to the next place that you guys go, maybe after your first date. You're going to be the one suggesting the date. This is all more masculine tendencies that women are attracted to. No, they're not attracted to a bossy guy, but they're attracted to a guy who's leading the interaction, who's making the suggestions, and who's creating it. Cocky, funny, dismissive, and bossy. Okay? These are three just interesting, strange traits that if you tap into a little bit, actually get women to pursue you. It's very powerful stuff. Very powerful. I know we only just kind of scratched the surface here. We only tapped into it a little bit. More of this is understood and explained in the Hooked program, which if you don't have, get it. Over 1,000 guys already have it, and it's one of the most powerful pieces of work I've ever put together that teaches you every single bit of how attraction works and how to be a guy that women are attracted to. So if you find yourself not being that guy now and you want to make changes, this is the place to go. GetHerHooked.com, link down in the description below. Check it out. Hope that helps. Let's work on these, and I'll see you on the next video.